Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What?
We're on air.
Come here! It's about to start! Tell me to sit in! Must be important! And it might be the Queen's Christmas message!
JNN TV would like to warn everyone that the following program may offend some people. If it does, please take your complaint to the JNN Complaints Department. They can be contacted on 477679432167890213765332 between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Scout TV. Today we're coming to you live from the Newcastle studio where we are underway building the sets and everything else that we need in order to create the ultimate experience at AJ 2016. We'll be meeting up with some of our guests, some of our producers, and also some of our hard workers. As I look from this chair, I can actually see that there are many people working away like busy beavers. But first, the news. Under the news today, top of the news is, what can we talk about in the news? What we have in Jamboree news. Scouts are already complaining about the food. So one scout is quoted saying, "I'm worried about what's going to be in the food because I'm allergic to molecules. And those things are in like everything," she is quoted as saying. "I can only eat McDonald's because it has no molecules." Other information about McDonald's food is it has no mass or anything else that physics teachers tend to go on about. McDonald's sent a spokesperson. I believe we have a picture of that spokesperson available, and they said they would be happy to set up a franchise in the... Where's my picture? Where's my... I had a picture. Where's my... no, not that one. Number one. Anyway, a spokesperson from McDonald's said they'd be happy to set up a franchise at any time at the Jamboree. Part of last month's Scout in Action Month, which also was a focus on the environment, saw the adoption by a Western New South Wales Scout troop of a white rhino. The white rhino is not that active in any of the troop activities, doesn't really say a lot during troop council, even though he is already an APL, but has learnt to spell bravo, so that's a very nice thing for him. And also in the environment, over in Perth Zoo, a Indonesian tree kangaroo has been imported in order to start up a mating program. He did actually have to come twice because coming from Indonesia, his boat was turned around and towed back for a while. But, he's now here. He's in Indonesia, in Perth even, which is pretty close to Indonesia, and his two new wives, who, Doba and Kaluli, have taken a bit of a shine to him. So, without much further ado, we're actually going to spend the rest of today talking about the preparation for JNN and everything else that's going to go on. So we're going to be moving around. So we are going to be talking about scouts. Lots of scouts, venturous scouts, scouts, Joey scouts, Cub scouts, scout leaders. Just another day when too much scouts is barely enough. Before we head outside, we probably should check the weather. And so the weather is going to be a nice high of 22 degrees with the sunset at about 5:24 and an overnight low of 12 degrees. So, without further ado, I think we shall now switch over to the producer. No, actually, we're going to go to the Good Morning Jamboree set, and that's with Lachlan. So, Lachlan, are you supposed to be outside on the main stage? Lachlan, come on inside here, please.
Hey, and welcome to Good Morning Jamboree. Now today's going to be pretty hectic because everything's behind the scenes, and to be honest, everything behind the scenes is pretty hectic. So if you see a lack of organisation today, that's because we are unorganised behind the scenes. It's amazing that we're able to get everything together and put it onto the screen, and also early, but you've got no idea what goes on behind the scenes. So that's what today's for. We're going to show you about what is happening from our perspective behind the camera. So, I'm the host, Lachlan, of Good Morning Jamboree, and my co-host Rachel couldn't be here today, but we're looking to produce a show that's it's focused on morning events. So when the scouts are starting their mornings, they're going to need something to pep them up, and that's the idea of our show. It's all about promoting the day, what's up and what's happening, the highlights of yesterday, and looking at any important events or notifications that they might need, and as well as that, just having a fun time. It's important to start your morning by getting active, getting out of your slumber mode. And so today we're going to be looking at a couple of things, in particular the set design for Good Morning Jamboree. So we've just started working on that. We're making some real good progress, and hopefully that will be ready by the Jamboree. Not hopefully, it will be. I can promise you that. So that's what we're looking at today. And my fabulous producer, Kayla, who is now in the producer's room, and they'll be having a meeting discussing what's going on behind the scenes from their perspective. I know they think on that note, we might just throw over to them. And Kayla, can you hear us in the producing room? What are you up to there?
Maybe just like through that. So.
Let's add lips of it.
Rundown of the outline of the show, but then you
What will you in front of the camera?
So should I be outside right now doing the set stuff?
Okay, we're going to camera 2, and Lachlan's live now.
Outside, where I'm supposed to be.
Lachlan?
Live.
That's fine.
looking at the sets. Now it's a complicated process what goes into making a set, so I'll run you through the basics. Now what we've got here is we have a set design, and before each set is constructed you need to know what it is exactly that you're making. So what we had to do first is draft out a couple of blueprints. So there's a lot of sheets like this which actually went into what we want for the set design. And once they're constructed, we've got to start getting the materials together so that we can actually build the sets. So our idea for Good Morning Jamboree is that we're going to have a background which is nice and simple, sort of a morning show sort of thing. And we're going to have a big round table so that we can eat at that and talk and have fun like a normal regular morning show. But we want to have a bit of a scout influence in this. So what we've been constructing in the background here, as you can see, is a big cloud with Good Morning Jamboree on it. Now we had to make the decision, do we want this cloud to be three-dimensional and realistic, or are we going to go for a cartoony look? And in the end we decided to go for a cartoony look. So we've sketched out the Good Morning Jamboree in the cloud, and if you can see just down here, it's pretty faint, but we've got the outline of a sun. So that sun's going to be cut out and it's going to rise each morning from behind the cloud if things go according to plan. Let's hope they do. We're also going to have a tent on set, and it's going to be one of those old triangular coloured tents. And the idea is that we're going to come out of that each morning. Oh, Good Morning Jamboree. Also, we've got some rocks down here too, which we're working on for the campfire. So they're being paper mache just down here. And the idea behind them is that we're going to make firing out of those. And we decided that we wanted to paper mache rocks instead of use actual rocks, because actual rocks are going to be heavy and impractical to carry over to the Jamboree. So we made paper mache rocks, or we're in the process of making them, because they're going to be lighter and easier to actually take to the Jamboree. So that's a messy process, and we're going to turn those into a firing and build a campfire, and we're thinking of doing that out of cardboard at intersections to make a 3D effect using 2D planes. And we decided on that because we're going for the cartoon look again. So we had to make the decision, are we going to have all of our things realistic, or are we going to have them cartoon? And the reason that we chose cartoon is because with a fire, obviously we can't have a real fire up on stage. And as far as getting a realistic fire that isn't a real fire, well, that's a difficult challenge. So we're going to go for a Dr. Seuss sort of look to our set. And the idea is that it's going to be fun, lively, and a happy morning show. So what we're looking at the moment for our set that we need to still work on is we need to find a huge round printout of our logo, Good Morning Jamboree. And this logo is going to be stuck on the middle of our round table, which will have black curtain drapes around it. And that ought to be a nice sort of look for it. And we want the camera positioned at the table. So sort of like you're sitting in at the table, part of the discussion, and that's what we want. So there's obviously a lot of planning that goes in behind the scenes to actually make a set.
I'm sorry to cut into you there, but I believe that we actually have some information in the editing room.
There is some exciting editing going on right now. So if we can cut over and check out on Harrison on the editing suite.
What am I saying? Am I just playing it?
Yep, so okay, keep 4 on me and then pull wide to 5. Well, hopefully it's all there, just sort of some of the things that we go through and stuff, and it's all go here. Speaking of all go, we have been here, who's actually part of the
Challenge It.
Challenge It. Yes.
Yeah.
So, look, it's all yours. I'm just going to go check on some other stuff,
Yes.
and you take care of this.
Yes.
Right.
All right, you go that way. All right. Yes. What?
What's the white thing with your feet though? Oh, okay. Ready? Yeah.
Challenge it is it's all about challenges, as you may have already realized, and there's lots of things going on behind the scenes and all this and all that, and we have these lovely people here today who are helping me out because we haven't got much time. Just going through a simple challenge. There's going to be no prizes, and I hope you. Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I lied.
You're not loving it.
What?
We're not loving it anymore. We're playing the video.
Playing the video.
Let's talk about the video though.
What?
Talk about the video. Talk about it. You're the background noise for the video.
Oh, okay. What?
There is a video
live
okay.
5, 3, 2.
Alrighty then. So we're gonna have a challenge now because we may as well get it underway. Now you two, I do hope you've had some experience before in pillow fighting. If you haven't, this might be a little tricky for you, but I'm going to need you, one of you, to volunteer for me to be hit with pillows. Please, stand up here and you grab a pillow. No, you grab a pillow. And you basically just hold onto that and you're too tall. You can just hold on while he with pillows. And I'll just...
5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 11, 6.
Wow.
10.
He's the best honorer I've ever seen.
15.
Muscle.
15. 21. 2.
Right.
16. You count. 10 seconds. What are we doing?
Yay! We don't give him anything yet. Now it's your turn, sir, and if you would please hold these pillows.
What?
You have to hold up there and...
That's right.
Alright.
1,
Smack him.
4, 7. Yes! Jonathan was there for 25 seconds. Jonathan's the winner.
Certainly. This is quite amazing. I've never seen so much skill in one place. I doubt I could ever live up to your standards. So
you have a try.
No, I won't try. Trying is bad. But thank you. But now we're gonna look at some other people doing things for my show because I don't ever do things myself. We'll see them. Now, maybe. Thank you. Am I still going? Damn it! No. I'm talking about the editors in the editing room. Well, the editors, I'm sure that it's very important right now.
We're here, or?
Yep. Two's on. Okay, we're coming back to 4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Camera 2, you're on.
Okay. Right. So it appears that you can see that it's a little bit chaotic, but we've still got, what have we got? What, there's only a couple of months. Right. We probably should get our skates on. All right. So anyway, there's, the shows are coming along. They've been working on them now for ages, and, it's one of those things. Patrick, come here. Okay.
Okay, we're going to go to 3.
All right. Take a seat, Patrick.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to know is why aren't you outside working?
I was, but I was interested to see what was going on in here.
But that's not getting the job done. So I really need you to go out there, get a circular saw and start cutting up some wood, okay? So that the other people can build the sets. Without the sets, we're not going to have a good show. So off you go, get the circular saw. Make sure that you actually do have your safety gloves on.
Sure.
Okay? Right, but don't bother with the small circular saw, it takes too long. Off you go. Bye.
See ya.
Alright. Okay, so an interesting show that's coming up, and one that will sort of actually test the knowledge of everyone, I believe, is Scout TV. Now, so I have thinking, is Lachlan, are you still out there, out in the field, mate?
You got a radio mic on?
Yeah.
So you're mainly getting Jonathan's response.
Lachlan, you're on!
Good looking, welcome back. Look, I'm not only talent for Good Morning Jamboree, I'm multi-talented, so...
Oh, that close a bit long. In 3 minutes.
Television term, cut.
I also work on multiple other shows, including this one, which is Scout of the Century. Now, I've been working hard all weekend, and Jonathan here has been annoying me the whole time, distracting me, so I thought I'd give a bit of revenge.
No, just don't do this. Slow motion replay.
Wait, stop, please, stop! Don't do this, you don't have to do this!
Okay, so, do you have any comments on Jonathan?
Why did you do this to me?
Because you deserve it.
Lachlan, can we do that again? Because I want to get a still shot. Publicity is very important when it comes to JNN. We need to get a still shot.
Come on!
No.
What did I ever do to you, Lachlan?
Actually, I'm just going to stick this in the bag, you know what?
What did I ever do to you?
Oh, you've done too much.
Saved by the cut.
Yes! Hang on, Jonathan.
Wait, what?
You can't get through that without a...
Do you want him to get blasted?
Yeah, can you blast him?
No, Greg, please.
I like it, the
You don't have to do this. Just stop. Wait up.
I like it.
And any game show needs buzzers for contestants. So we've been working on a big JNN made from block letters, and these block letters each have a buzzer on top. So I've got any two contestants here who are going to exemplify their use. Alright, so we've been working on this system. We're using the buzzer right here, or the buzzer games, whatever they're called. And at the moment we're talking about setting them up on here so people can press the button, or whether they have them in their hands. And if we press the button, computer noise comes out, and we're just going to reset it. And these things, we're not sure whether we're going to
make them look like they're rocks, or more of a metal rustic look going on?
Yeah, hopefully when they're finished they won't be bright red like this, because we've decided that we want a certain theme for our show, and it's going to be steampunk, so we would like an old rustic look. Also, outside we have guys working on a set out there, and they're making big panels, and on those panels we're screwing in some pipes and whatnot, and hopefully we'll have smoke machines pumping smoke out of those. So that's going to be very exciting too. There's a lot of aspects that go into making a set, and it takes a lot of work and favors from friends. So for these block letters, I'd like to pay a particular thanks to Shane Brain, who's put in a lot of work to these. And I would like to thank everyone else who's been working on our sets outside. They're quite magnificent, and it's going to be fantastic when they're done. I honestly can't wait to see the end product of this, and you'll see today, because you get to see them halfway through, and because most of the time when you see a TV show, you see the end product, but you don't see all the work that goes into it. So obviously there is a lot of work that goes into making these sets, and this is just a little glimpse at the chaos and pell-mell that carries on behind the scenes. So I hope you learned a little something about our work here at Scout of the Century. The next segment we have is the Bean Show, I believe. Is it the Bean? No, it's not the Bean Show. It's another show. We'll call it a Lucky Dip. So, are we going to move on to that show, or I can do a striptease if you want. Edit room. Oh, we're crossing live to the edit room. Apparently, isn't that great? I love edit rooms. It's where magic happens. James. You need to go. But they've changed it all around. Holy crap. Oh, now they're going outside.
No, they've been cutting to it all the time. Look good.
So do you
Yeah.
Okay, get Paul ready. We're coming to 2 in a few seconds. Just keep it on cooking. We're just doing some.
Yep. Okay. That was something else.
Yeah.
That looks like it's going to be really exciting when that comes off.
It's got lights.
Well, yeah, lights are very good with those sorts of things. Anyway, I am now speaking with James, who is actually the compere of the Shane McGillicuddy Hour of Scouting Challenge. So what we might do first is let's have a look at the opening credits.
Okay, we're going to do the show. Okay, we're coming to 8. Let's go. 8, turbo 2.
It's 3 p.m. and it's time for Shane McGillicuddy's Hour of Scouting Challenge with your host, Shane McGillicuddy.
Well, so that's the opening credits of it. Now, what you can see there, I'd see a bit of Baden-Powell even, a bit of Baden, and who's the other guy?
That's Shane McGillicuddy, and he's a good mate of me. And
Don't climb it.
Just go out and hiking.
Okay, so where did you meet him? So one day when I was sailing off to Tasman, we both got sunk in a ship. And so when he rescued me from that to fight the polar bears up on the surface, that's when we fell in love.
Right, okay, I think that's a bit too much information for this time of the morning. Well, I'm sure we can do it in that way. We're live. Oh, actually, no, we're going live, so no, that's out there. Alright, did it safe to say you've earned your reputation for hiking with the one who actually sunk the ship?
Yeah, they said don't know the grand piano, but that was
Okay. So, what we're thinking about is, did you actually bring the knot?
I did.
You did? Okay. So what is the actual show going to be about?
So it's all about challenging leaders to their potential. So what I have here is a bit of rope, and I'd like you to tie for me a triple alpine butter backflip knot.
I didn't actually get to the triple, I only ever did the double. But, I mean, that's, no, hang on. No, that's, you realise I'm a cover leader. I'm not one of those fancy scout leaders like you'll be having on the troop lines, eh? Can I do the one with the rabbit? Do the one with the rabbit. I love the one with the rabbit because he's got a hole, because a tree, you got a hole, and then you got the little rabbit in the woods, little. No, you want the whole word in his hands. No. Because they will be singing as part of the show McGillicuddy Hour, won't they?
Depends on how late it gets.
No, I think some of the challenges are to actually do some songs and things like that. And some scout trivia. Yeah. But I think the real challenge will be to actually do the scouting skills. Now it's, how in-depth can the average leader do it?
Well, we're sort of trying to find anyone who embodies Shane himself, and he couldn't be with us today, but I think what he would have said is push yourself to someone who you're not, which is Shane McGillicuddy.
That sounds like classic Shane McGillicuddy from the bio I read on Wikipedia. Yeah. It's a bit of a legend though, isn't he? I mean, no one ever really gets to see what he looks like, do they?
No, ever since the accident he hasn't been keeping up appearances much, but I see him all the time.
Okay. Yeah, it's, there's an awful lot to be done on the Shane McGillicuddy Hour Scouting Challenge. It's on every day of Jamboree?
Every single day.
Every single day at 3 p.m. And is it going to be the same every day, or is it going to be a bit of a mixture of activities and challenges?
It's going to look like we're making it up on the spot. That's how much of a mixture it's going to be.
Oh, okay. I'm sure the producer wouldn't like to hear that. No, the rabbit's dead.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So, just to prove that, not a complete... Did Shane allow you to make puns like that?
No, I'm allowed to sit on furniture at home.
No, I'm not surprised. I've actually met your father and he's very disappointed in you. So, what we'll do is, I think that's about all we need to hear about. Is there anything else you want to tell? Is it like an invitation that you want to give out to troops to actually say, the trouble is I'm not a fan of Parramatta. I really am. I'm more of a West Tigers fan. So I can't do that. Anything you want to say out to the troops, to the line leaders, the people involved that you're actually going to be there, that you want to say to them right now? A personal appeal to the camera.
If you know someone who is or isn't good at being a leader, give me a call. 1300-65506.
No, that's the Reading Literacy Hotline. What they should do is send an email.
Send an email to 1300-65506.
No, see, okay, obviously Shane has taught you everything except for how to communicate on the electronic age.
Okay, send a messenger pigeon past the top flyer near Afghan land.
No, how about they send an email to smachos@jnntv.com.au. Can I draw on this? No, I can't draw on that. Okay, so the email address to send your application to be on Shane McGillicuddy's Hour of Scouting Challenge is smachos, that's SMACOS @jnntv.com.au. And we just saw the sort of challenge that a leader can have on a Jamboree set by actually tripping over amazingly a cable on the TV set. So James, thank you very much for dropping in. Hopefully I'll see you in the car on the way home. Otherwise I'm leaving without you. You can go now.
Are we getting lunch?
No, go.
Okay.
So now I would like to actually invite Gemma onto the set, please.
Hello.
How are you? That's good. All right, so you're running a show that's... Can I keep it?
I guess.
Right, okay. You're running a show called Craze.
That's right, I am.
What can you tell me about Craze?
Well, Craze, it's a music video show filled with all these music clips and some of our videos that we've made. And it's going to be played like in the morning and at lunch and in the evening and around tea time.
So it seems very similar to another show. I believe, I'm not sure if we can advertise ABC stuff, but is it a rip-off of Rage?
Maybe.
And this is something you're palming off as your original idea?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, people don't have to invent stuff new all the time. I mean, it's not as brilliant as, I don't know, throwing a pillow at someone out hanging from a stick. So, really, are you taking requests, for instance, with your Craze?
Well, yeah, we'd really love to have some requests because if we have requests, we know that you're listening to the music that you want to listen to. And, we'd like to play stuff that you guys are going to enjoy. So if there's any scouts or anything going to the Jamboree that if they want to send some requests to our JNN TV page, we'll see what we can do. We're looking for just music videos that are going to be alright for us to play. We've got a license, so we should be able to play just about anything, really.
What, so even Taylor Swift?
Especially Taylor Swift.
Doesn't sound that Craze. That sounds very mainstream. So you're sort of doing more of a double J meets triple J meets Kiss FM type thing, are you?
If you say so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I sort of forget you don't have good radio up here in the suburbs. So I should mention that we are coming to you live from Newcastle, hence the time delay. We're sorry for our Sydney viewers that, that they're not actually seeing the same weather. It is actually quite beautiful up here. Anyway. Did I mention the weather was going to be 22 degrees? No, not to you. I did it to someone else. But they didn't care. So anyway, after they've made their request, where can people actually request music? Where can they let you know, I want to see more Taylor Swift?
Did you just stop?
No, I got a chicken bone caught in my throat.
That's right. You can search it on our...
Sorry, we had the beans last night.
So search it on our Facebook page, so JNN TV, or if you leave it in a... Yeah, if you search JNN TV, you can... Well,
Are you sure? Now that they've stopped with the reciprocating saw outside, I'm sorry about that noise before. That wasn't actually me. That was the construction going on outside. I'm not sure how well it carried. So, how do people request music, Gemma?
If you leave us a message on the JNN TV Facebook page, then we can get back to you and you can suggest whatever you want and we'll try to do our best to get some good stuff that we're all going to enjoy.
But even Taylor Swift?
Even Taylor Swift.
I'm sure she's lovely. She's very tiny though. How does she do that dancing stuff? She sort of... Shake it off, shake it off. And then sort of all those other friends. And then all the other ones, they're all nervous. And they're sort of going... Yeah, you can tell these are music. This is the camera and doing music. That's great, this. Okay. So, JNN TV, Facebook page, go there, be square. Or don't be square, because Taylor Swift is not for squares, as you can tell from all the awesome friends she has.
Okay, we good?
Well, now it says your obsession with talking about Taylor Swift. I think the record will show otherwise. Alright, I think you've done enough damage now. Yes, you have. Okay, no, so just me now, please. Just me. Now, hopefully, we're going to now talk about the Iron Chef show. No, time. No, okay, so now we'll go to Iron Chef and find out about that. And while we're doing some work, let's look at some, And yes, thank you very much.
Where's Iron Chef? Where is he? Where's Lachlan? Yeah, let's play some music. Thanks. I know some Iron music, Chef.
Okay, so what you saw there was some interesting pictures of the Iron Chef. Now, obviously he's out getting some ingredients, some goat entrails, perhaps some, other stuff, Vegemite. Who can tell what he's actually going to be cooking up on the show? But you can tell that it is going to be quite ionic. Yes, I did go there. Anyway, there is some late breaking news, I think. No, there's... Okay, well, I'm not sure if we're actually going out to there or if we're staying in here. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we're ready for the Iron Chef. He has finished slaughtering his goats. And yes, we are ready to actually go visit Lachlan on the set of Iron Chef whenever he is ready and when I can stop talking.
Salutations, about time, back to me to start the show. Now look, I do 3 shows and this is my 3rd one and I adopt the persona of Iron Chef. But I'm not going to talk too much about myself and instead about the process of the show. So I will talk a bit about my persona. He is one hectic chef. So everything's going to be out of order and the set and graphics need to reflect that. So there's a lot of work going into the graphics behind the Iron Chef opening sequence. If you look over here, on my computer, I have a program that's called Cinema 4D, and this is what we make all of the graphics on. So I've just dropped in a cube. I'll move him up, yes I will, and I'll drop a blue texture on him. Now, that's just creating a cube, and then you can animate it, and there's a lot that goes into it. So this is the program that we use to create our intro graphics. The intro graphic for Iron Chef is a bit more complicated than this one because it's been editing for 8 hours and it's only rendering. It took me a lot longer to actually create it. It's been rendering for 8 hours and it's only 1/7 of the way through rendering. So it's going to take a long time to make. So hopefully it's worth it. There's a lot of work that goes into these and it's a long process because once you've created it, it's only once you've rendered it that you can see that final product and tell if it's what you want or not. So it's rendering at the moment, but this isn't even the final product. This is just the halfway point. So there's a lot of work that actually goes into them. So that's just a sneak peek behind the intro graphics of Iron Chef, and I'll talk a bit about the set too. What we want for the set is we want pell-mell and chaos. So we want a set that's falling apart. You've got the wrong implements for the wrong jobs, everything's a bit messy, and that's going to be lots of fun for the contestants. They've got to find what they need to use, but it's going to be all out of place. It'll be like a messy room basically. So that's what we want for the set as well. Now, I'm going to cut to a video that we've previously done on how to cook pork spare ribs. Hopefully it's ready to roll. And this was with my co-star, Megan Dodds, the very talented Megan Dodds, who will be playing my assistant in Iron Chef. So hopefully you can have a look at that and get an idea of the personas that we'll be adopting. You won't get a good look at the set or anything, but you know, that's something to look forward to in the future. So I'm going to cut now to pork spare ribs.
Welcome, my friends, to the cooking segment of JNN, Iron Chef. I'm Iron Chef, and this is Iron Chef Junior. We are from Sweden. Okay, let's just get out the cookbook in the home Bible first. Okay, let's see what we cook this day. Okay, first, no. Dead babies, no. Pork spares, no. Cookies, pork spares. This is what we want to. Okay, we here usually cook for a large number of people, large number, yes. So we use 10 times ingredients. You can use this trick too if you are cooking for a large number of people. Now, the recipe may be pork spares, but I can show you none of this with this bad. No. Have an idiot like and this would be ridiculous. Boil the water so it's almost as hot as me. We have ribs in the water in the pot and we bring it to the boil from there. They should be boiling for about 20 minutes and this will boil all that fat out of the nasty fat. Now how the ribs are boiling starts making things saucy. Have 4 tablespoons of barbecue sauce in this sauce, 4 tablespoons of honey, 4 tablespoons of tomato sauce, 4 tablespoons of brown vinegar, and can you guess how many tablespoons we're having of Chinese chili sauce? You're an idiot! We only have one. Don't be silly. We have 1/4 tablespoon of 5 spice powder, 1/3 cup of dry sherry, even though sherry is actually a liquid and liquids are wet, but this is dry sherry, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1 clove of garlic, although we use a tub of garlic instead. But you know, be very generous. 2 jar, I think is quite appropriate. 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, and then you have your sauce. Put your ribs in a pan once they have finished boiling all that nasty fat out. Cover this in your special sauce. We want all of those ribs completely covered so nobody can see that the meat is actually green because we aren't hygienic. Marinate ribs all day, turn frequently, and bake in an oven on moderate heat. So once again, we want to quite as hot as you Smoke and turn the ribs in the pan. So make sure you turn these ribs in the oven and you swap the pan over so it's facing backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and forwards and backwards. Once you have done all this, your ribs should be very, very, very nice. This has been Iron Chef, and I hope you have enjoyed the program and enjoyed the ribs most of all. They are very good jobs. Now, if you want more help, you can go to our website right down here, like my digital assistant, and we will give you a lot of help and information. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get cooking. Yes.
Oh yeah. Just laugh at you. You're No, we weren't laughing at the video. It was just something that happened.
You did the blurring and the stuff.
And then I can't believe that'll get reattached. And it will. Okay. So speaking of being reattached, you're quite attached to the Iron Chef show.
I am. What can I say? It's my baby and I love it. And it's going to be fantastic. There's a lot of progress coming along here and some really interesting segments that are going to go within the show to make it just absolutely fabulous.
So, has he got any guest hosts or guest cooks?
I do. Look, I'll tell you a little secret. My arch nemesis Bean was a little jealous that I had 3 segments and he had 2. He asked to be my co-host. I said, look, I'm afraid you're just not cut out for it. The only food you're talented with is beans. Just stick to that. So I've got the very talented Megan Dodds helping me out.
Excellent. Good choice.
Bit of a height difference, but that's all right because she's honestly fantastic personality.
Do we have a picture of her? I think there's if we go to show. Is that her?
Yes, it is.
It's hard to recognise her in that long wig.
Oh, you've got the hat. No, that's me. I know. I've got those feminine, sexy charms. But yes, you can't actually see in that picture. She's trying to stab me in the back there. We have a bit of tension between us two, and I'm a bit nervous actually because we're going to be in a kitchen full of knives.
Probably would have been better off with Ben. So, well, I mean, is there anything you want to encourage? So this is a live show that's going to be on there. You want people to come along and cheer for you, or cheer for Megan, or cheer
for their peers, because we're going to have it very interactive. There's a chance for people to come along and take part in numerous activities. So far we've got some brilliant ideas. We want to do a waiter gauntlet. So you've got to run an obstacle course while you're carrying someone's dinner on your hand. And if you spill it, you start to lose points. So the idea is
we don't want to give away too much there, because otherwise there won't be any surprises left. I mean, already we know, no, actually we don't know anything much about it.
It's very...
it's just going to be hot. Yeah, there's going to be that. Well, that's pretty cool. So, I think we shall let you get back out to work. Are you still working on your rocks?
Yes, I've got to get my rocks off, yep.
Okay, so off you go then. And, what we might do is very shortly, have we got something interesting to talk about? Is there anything interesting no, we've got nothing interesting to talk about, says the studio, so instead we shall talk to Bean.
And it's not really about killing each other.
It's to stand up straight. Hello, I'm Bean from The Bean Show. I'm currently sitting on a bean bag. It's very comfy, much more comfortable than that thing over there. And this is my show. It's all about beans. It's all every type of bean. We don't discriminate against beans, although I know that some people do. And we want to stop that by making this show and making it fun for everyone and every being alive. Yeah.
This is supposed to be an interview. Is there any chance that... Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me over there?
I can just hear you.
Alright, so, I'm sorry, this is... I have something that you might want. So, can I encourage you to join me over here and we can have a proper talk, or are you stuck on your little bean fortress of solitude?
Well, I mean, if there...
Here you come. Here you come. There's a good bean.
keep them for later. It's all right. It's all right. And yes. And no, I think that's yeah. No, that's what we've got time for with you. Oh, yeah. Is that it? So, actually, I believe, yeah, because you're running late, it's a Sunday morning aerobics session coming up, so while you prepare for that, we might watch some of your classic vision. Oh, yes. And if you want to just introduce your classic vision?
Yes, it's a lovely story back from the... Oh, is that all?
Yeah, okay. No, we're really tight on time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, would you...
Tight on time.
Yeah, would you have another thing?
Yep. Sponsored by no one.
And now we try to the video.
Some classic vision there from Bean. So, while he was actually, he wasn't even watching that. He's currently outside and he's getting ready to do his aerobic stuff. So, with a bit of luck, are we live? Do they know that can we throw over to the outside, please? And any moment now, throw.
Hello, I'm Bean and I'm back for a new segment that I call, well, I came up with the idea of aerobics and then I thought I'd put in Bean, so now it's Aerobeans. It was better in my head, but we're just going to be doing some workouts to get fit for the Jamboree because I'm might be putting on some weight, I'm not sure.
A bit of belly fat?
Yeah, a bit of belly fat. So we may as well just start with some star jumps. Start up. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that? Oh, hello. We've got another person.
Where did I come from? I don't know.
Well, this is certainly great. I mean, I haven't seen a day like this in 4 years.
I'm already getting tired.
Yes, I think those star jumps should be enough. Let's do some squats. How do you squat? Oh, yes. Yes, that thing. Yes!
How many of these do we do?
Yes! Yes, more. And, all right, that's enough for me. I think that's good. I can't think of anything else. What? What is that? Oh! Okay. You'll just have to excuse me. I'm very confused. as to what this is achieving.
Come on, do it.
All right. What else have we got? Is that angry cat thing, or I'm sure there was something about dogs as well. Maybe a more star jumps. Wait, yes.
What?
I thought this was a good idea. Because I certainly don't want to get fit anymore. I'm sure it'll be fine. We need to press on.
Sit-ups.
Sit-ups? Well, that's not very aerobics. Aerobanes. But...
What the heck is...
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Somebody told me it was a good idea to come out here and star jumps. Yeah, star jumps. We're out of time.
Are we?
No, I mean, yeah. We weren't in sync. Yeah.
We're in sync.
We're in sync. We're in sync. That's a set piece. These are all set pieces.
You can get out of here.
Well, I think that's about it, really. I think we might cut to someone else, because I can't be bothered doing more star jumps. One more? What?
This is,
Alright, I can't be bothered anymore.
Part of a lion, the eye of a tiger, and a lifetime ban from the zoo.
That's awful. Alright, sorry about all extended footage of being there. Apparently it's in his contract that he has to have as much time on camera as Lachlan. And as we saw an awful lot of Lachlan, we just had to automatically see it. The poor thing.
Crazy.
Oh, that jumping around stuff. It's just slightly 80s all over again. Nothing you remember. Alright, so I'm here with James again. Did I see you before?
Yes, but this time I changed underwear.
Excellent. Glad your mother will be pleased. And what you're talking about the Jamboree Video Awards.
Yeah, so the Video Awards are these awards that we present to the makers of videos at Jamboree. So basically what happens is people are going to borrow cameras and props and stuff at Jamboree from the JNN News crew, or just the JNN crew, and they're going to shoot a video, and then they're going to submit it to us. We're going to present them all in a little segment we like to call the Video Awards, and then we're going to choose the best one.
Oh, so and this is going to be a thing that happens over time, or just every night, and then sort of a champion video of the entire Jamboree?
That's pretty much the plan, yeah.
Okay. So, and how do people get hold of the camera? Or are they expected to actually, bring their own camera?
So they can just borrow the gear from JNN themselves, as long as they return it without scratching too much.
Right, and they can borrow a camera at any time?
Yeah, pretty much any time without Jamboree, yeah.
Okay. Can we roll to the introduction, please, of the Video Awards, and then see one of the entrant videos that may or may not make it next time. Roll to the video, please.
Ooh.
So is it over? I think it's over. Was this your card?
Yes! It was. Give it back. Oh, okay. So that's what we can expect from the Jamboree Video Awards. Remember, it is on every day. That has been a wrap-up of every show that we actually have that's occurring, that's being presented by Scout TV, produced by JNN, the Jamboree News Network. And remember, JNN will be your entertainment at Jamboree all the time. We will have an application running where you can actually listen to us, watch our videos, and interact with us on site via your mobile phone. And we will also be preparing things like the Internet Cafe, that's one of ours, and where you can actually go in there, be on Facebook and pretend to be at home. But that is not the idea. The idea is to get out, be part of the Jamboree experience, and really enjoy yourself. Now, if we could just have a quick word from actually Patrick, I need you to come in here. And Billy, can you, there, not so tight. Take a seat there. Take a seat. Now, the real question is, are we going to be ready to actually have all this done for our shows at Jamboree? Wrong. Yes, we will. Okay. So, I think that about wraps it up. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all our guests, our producers. You've all done a wonderful job, and we will wrap this up now and hopefully see you at the next one of these we do before we go to Jamboree. And on that thought, let us get on with our work. Have a good Sunday. See you later.
Scouts.
Marshal, come here. It's about to start. Tell me to sit down. Must be important. The Queen's Christmas message.
JNN TV would like to warn everyone that the following program may offend some people. If it does, please take your complaint to the JNN Complaints Department. They can be contacted on 477679432167890213765332 between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Thank you.